Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're reacting to another episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This is Season 7, Episode 3. It is called Alien Commies from the Future. So that's an interesting title. Before we jump into it, please consider leaving a like on the video and please consider subscribing. That helps so much. We are only 200 some subscribers away from 1,000, so that would be really cool to reach that milestone. But last time on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So the gang was tasked with protecting Freddie Malik because the Chronicoms wanted to kill him for whatever reason. They believed if he died, then Hydra never takes root in S.H.I.E.L.D. and S.H.I.E.L.D. never really grows to fruition, and then S.H.I.E.L.D. can't stop the Chronicoms. And so they believe that they have to save him in order for S.H.I.E.L.D. to continue and work. For some reason, partway through that, Daisy decides that she is going to abandon that plan and do the exact thing that the Chronicoms want. And she tells Deke to kill him, which was like the dumbest thing possible because the entire reason they went back in the past was to prevent what was going to happen to Freddie Malik and prevent the Chronicoms from completing their plan. And then she was like, kill him. And everyone was like, you're dumb. What are you doing? But, you know, Daisy, whatever. She had some very interesting ideas, and Coulson and everyone else there was like, no, like, we cannot disrupt the timeline. This is bad. We learned that Freddy was delivering the key ingredient to the super soldier serum that would then be used to create Red Skull and then Captain America. So that's big stuff. Like, if they stop Freddy, like, Captain America doesn't exist, the Avengers don't exist, Thanos wins, like, just bad juju all around. Bad stuff happens. What else happened? May was freaking out. May is like, she has no emotions. She's either just been stripped of all emotions, or there's something else that's like living inside her that just has access to her memories. Not sure what's going on there. We'll see what happens. And then Enoch got left behind. He didn't make it back to the ship in time, and it jumped to a new time period. Now theoretically he can just chill because he's not gonna age, so he can just chill for as long as he needs to reunite with the team in the future. But depending on the location and the year that they jumped, it's possible that Enoch might miss a few episodes. Hopefully that's not the case, and hopefully he's reunited with the team fairly quickly. Because, yeah, Enoch's the best. I wonder if they'll touch on maybe what Koenig and him were doing in this time period, or whatever time period they're in. Yeah, cause I don't know if they're in the 30s still. They probably jumped probably like 15, 20, maybe 20 years in the future. So Peggy Carter's probably like 30 maybe now. Who knows? Yeah. But I think that's all that matters going into this episode. Let me know what you guys let me know what you think is going to happen in the episode, because I guess I'm going to watch it. Yeah. Again, please consider leaving a like on the video, and please consider subscribing. That helps so much. But otherwise, let's jump into this bad boy. That looks like a truck from the 40s or 50s. I'm going to say 54. Now, Kith. Mwah. Flying saucer. Chill. It's just a plane from the future. Everyday occurrence. 1954. That's my guess. That's what I'm saying. 1954.
Where did we jump to?
1954?
Desert?
Which desert? Why are we home?
Roswell, New Mexico. Is this the aliens from Roswell?
They've got the brand new 55 Thunderbird. Stop by and take the road by storm.
No way.
55, as in our giant spaceship just appeared in the sky in 1955.
Let's hope we didn't attract
New cars always come out. The model year is always a year ahead. So 54. If the 55 Thunderbird just came out, that means it's 1954.
Probably happens all the time.
Yes, let's go. I'm so good. So they're, what, 23, 24 years in the future? So Peggy's like 35.
Is Helios still a viable plan?
I've calculated every possible outcome. If done correctly, it will be brutal and exacting.
Is it a nuke? Like a helium bomb? Or nitrogen
We
helium?
haven't completed our mission yet.
Well, some of us...
I had a tough call to make. You were off radio and we were out of time and had the father of Hydra right in front of us.
I get the temptation, but shooting Freddy would have given the Chronicoms exactly what they wanted.
Yeah,
Our mission is to stop them. Is that clear?
you freaking idiot.
And Deke, what? You may be...
I mean, I love you, but you're so dumb in that moment.
We know Area 51 is a SHIELD base.
We do?
Is it?
All the areas are.
Wow.
All the
Seriously,
areas
you're so right.
Green Lake was an incubator for early space tech, experimenting in electromagnetics, liquid oxygen.
According to the archives, in 1955, there was a classified project at Area
Alright, so
51.
it's 55. I was 1 year off.
Could be what they're after.
Helios. Yeah, that was an earlier.
Ion fusion was used to power the big weapons, ship-to-ship killers.
Well, they did just find out that we have a spaceship that follows them through time. So
Yikes.
there's no better way to stop us than ship killers.
Not if we get there first.
Oh.
Well, we still have a ways to go.
Dang right.
And there's our mark.
We still have a ways to go now. 2020 has proven that.
Shield sharp. Department.
What'd they put? Oh, just to knock him out? That was effective.
What year are we in now?
That's a secret.
It's 1955.
What? Don't tell her.
We're in Area 51 and we're trying to stop the Chronicoms from stealing a space weapon.
She's being weird. Don't tell her stuff.
Coulson took the idea of the guy we have in that tent, and for Simmons, we had to get a little creative.
Gerald Sharp. Sorry I'm late. Roads all look the same out here.
It happens. Welcome, sir. You are on.
Who is she being?
She's not my secretary. She's my boss.
I think you'll agree. I don't need to be on the list.
Right. Sorry, ma'am.
What did
It's
that
an honor.
say?
Right this way, Miss Carter.
What?
You're enjoying this way too much, Becky.
Peggy, gosh dang Carter.
Behold, your taxpayer dollars
Dang, girl.
work. I like
I should have known it at the lipstick.
room, and we are birthing a communicator watch. Imagine a tiny radio that you carry with you at all times.
Imagine that.
Wow. Revolutionary.
This one's an electromagnetic pulse discharger.
EMP.
Someday it might be able to knock out every electronic gadget within 30 feet.
Ooh.
Give me an hour, I'll save them decades.
You got the wrong guy.
We know exactly who you are.
He's crying.
Now tell us who determines security access.
I'd answer her.
Who can get to Helios?
Look, we know you're
Let
not
him
the
go.
bad guy, but you may have given access to one, so help us out.
Okay. Okay, I'll tell you.
Oh, he's
When
faking.
hell freezes over.
Damn,
I'm a
never mind.
loyal American. Did you really think that I would break
Props to
bush
you, bud.
league commie scum like you?
You commie scum.
That's so mamacita.
Oh, okay. I don't like him anymore.
Caliente.
Ooh, spicy.
Good thing
Caliente.
your boys here, they keep you in line.
Jack him up.
How many fingers am I holding up? Nope, you're wrong.
You didn't give me a chance.
It was 2 fingers. Thank you.
Not this guy.
John Wayne. Bit overrated, don't you think? I mean, you're rugged, you're on a horse. Who cares?
Who cares? Who cares about John Wayne? America cares.
She couldn't stay with Rick. She had to go with Victor. Haven't you ever made a sacrifice for someone you love?
Yes.
You poor boy.
How does it make you feel when I say the word moist? Moist. Please stop.
Do it, Coulson. Triggering so many people right now.
Yeah, you're good.
Science team arrived?
This morning.
May need a moment with the contact.
Okay, but Sharp, the man in from DC, he's already interviewing them.
Yes?
Yeah, they brought a SHIELD dame along. British. Pretty. She outranks us.
You catch your name?
Carter. Peggy Carter.
That friggin' Sousa? What are you doing, bud?
You can say that.
What's cracking, Coolio? My dude. Living the life now.
You have to make a tough call. Don't put it on.
I outrank you. And if you want to get technical,
He's a kid.
he's like the Grand Wizard of Hydra.
Grand Wizard sounds cool.
It's not.
It does
It's
sound cool,
bad.
but
Hydra
knowing
is
what it
very
means.
bad. And right now, in this time,
Yes,
every government and corporate entity in the
muy
country
mal.
is being infiltrated. You didn't used to shy away from this.
Don't. That's not fair. I'm not.
It's not the same.
Look, I'm not the guy that you met in the lighthouse. Not anymore. And I don't want to be.
Yeah, he had to be ruthless to survive. He doesn't want to be that guy anymore. Oh, he's fixing his hair.
Agent Carter.
In the flesh.
No, he knows.
Wow. Glad you finally put a face to the name.
Oh no.
And where exactly did you materialize from?
You just flew
She thinks she's busting him right now.
You work at the old SSR office.
I'm in charge of it.
Yeah.
Daniel, your surname wouldn't happen to be Sousa.
What?
Which would make you the former colleague of Agent Peggy Carter.
It would.
And he's packing heat.
She'll be arresting me now.
You got it all figured out, don't you?
Arrest that man, whoever he is.
Arrest? Agent Sousa.
He's a little starstruck.
Big fan.
What are the chances?
He called me in Oriental.
I had to pull her away.
So. we got
Yeah, that makes sense.
Stupid white privilege. Keep those two in holding and give me everything.
How you were a scout for the 28th Infantry till you took shrapnel up a stone, worked isodyne energy, took down Hugh Jones in the Council of Nine, and those are just the investigations that I am cleared to talk about.
She's got that training.
Report I sent you guys?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
I hope so. Because if S.H.I.E.L.D. has been infiltrated with sleepers post-World War II, we need to root it out right now, before it takes hold.
But all I can say is that you
She agrees with you.
and the people that you have locked up might
That's crazy. Sousa knew, like the whole time, that S.H.I.E.L.D. was infiltrated.
Well, it's nice to finally meet the man in charge.
Gosh, you just go right to that, huh? So man to man.
And as for Helios, that hunk of junk's about as functional as a paperweight. Nothing on Earth is powerful enough to get it up to velocity.
Nothing on Earth.
So after everything
Dang,
we've
look and
seen,
fly, ladies.
twice at a woman pilot.
Women pilots in the 40s and 50s outflew the men. They had to, since we were towing the targets for target practice.
Whoa, impressive. But still.
Sexist? Yeah.
So
Just, she gonna go ham.
She knows.
Go! Come on, come on. You! What's happening?
Oh, she's having some PTSD right now. Oh no. Now she's feeling stuff.
What the hell is this?
Yo, dude, how do you not tie him up better than that? Knock his butt out.
Take it easy.
Now, what kind of commies are you?
Space commies from the future. Nice. Solid punch. I mean, you should tie him up again. Don't just walk away.
Stop or we'll shoot.
She does not care. Yeah, she's straight Terminator. She's gonna fight with that thing connected to her. Oh, he's a bad guy.
Daisy! 2 chronocoms. Good to know. He's
Yeah.
alarmingly strong. Yeah. Keep forgetting.
Yeah, he's a robot now. He got them muscles. Got it unplugged. Ooh, put a dent in the wall. Oh, that would have been sick if he would have killed him like that. Dude, what a straight boss. Oh, get it, Coulson.
Get off him! Both of you, stop!
Sousa, yeah, it's not gonna do anything. Oh yeah, he'll turn off too. And she melts.
that's what they do when you win.
Oh, dang, he's like straight into nothing now. Is he gonna reboot normally, or is there gonna be something deeper wrong now? That was gray. Is he booting up in neutral mode? So not a good guy?
You will not reveal what you've seen here today. On the next time we abduct you, you will be
Exterminated.
proved.
What goobers?
Someone help me! I'm abducted by aliens! Abducted by aliens!
Sure you are. Just like everybody else who comes in this
You
bar.
have to believe me! I saw their spaceship!
You and every other John in here.
I'm pretty sure they were communists.
from the future.
Yeah, I mean, close. Not communist, but they're from the future. They here to mess you up. Thanks. That's the only episode Sousa's in. Good work getting him. If only they could have gotten, like, Haley Atwell to come in as Peggy Carter. Like, oof. Dearie, you pretending to be me? Okay. Solid episode again. So they traveled from 1931 to 1955. I was so close. I said 54. I guess that from the truck. It looked like 54 is in the desert. Isn't that when like the whole aliens Roswell, New Mexico thing happened? I don't know. Yeah, so they go to 55, and they're trying to figure out what the Chronicoms want with this area, and who they might be impersonating. They're getting all these nerds to rage out because they're trashing the movies they like and their favorite actors and saying the word moist over and over again. That was so funny because that word doesn't trigger me at all. Like, I don't get triggered by any words. Like, there's pretty much no words that, like, actually there is one that creeps me out when people say it. It's not moist. Moist is fine. Moist. I'm sorry. It's so funny. The guy's like, please stop saying that. Moist. What a goober. No, the word that grosses me out, especially when I see it like on Twitter, is daddy. When people respond with the word daddy to like famous people, it makes my skin crawl. It's just weird. Don't do that to celebrities. Don't do that. If you don't do that on this video, please. But yeah, they're triggering nerds. Meanwhile, they kidnapped. Yeah, they kidnapped this guy from the Department of Defense who's a real dickwad, racist, sexist, like everything up the wazoo. He's a butthole. He is not fun. He calls May an Oriental. He calls Mac boy. He's saying mamacita. Like, guy's a scumbag. And then when Deke's talking to him, he's like, man, good to see the man that's in charge. And Deke's like, you really just jump straight to it, don't you? Like, I mean, it is 1955, but that guy was a jerk. Like, come on, man. And they showed the bathroom that was like whites and coloreds or non-whites or whatever it said. And they're like, we still got a ways to go. I'm telling you, pal, it's 2020. And we still got a ways to go even past that. Things are messed up even now. Like we think we're progressive and we've tackled the topic of racism and all that. We have not at all. We've barely scratched the surface. I mean, great strides have been made, but there is so much more left to do. Speaking of which, go to a local protest if you can. Black Lives Matter, baby. But yeah, so they kidnap this dude and they're impersonating him, and then they have Gemma impersonate Peggy Carter. So this is after they were in the SSR or whatever together, or the whatever it was in Agent Carter. So they were partners. I don't know how long after. This is what Peggy would be 35 in this time period, I believe. So at least I think, because I think someone said she was 10 in the last episode. So that was 1931. Yeah, so she's like 35 in this episode, and Sousa's probably generally the same. He's probably a little older, actually. I think he was like 15 or something like last episode, 16 maybe. So he's probably 40, 41. I don't know why I said it like that. 40, 41. Yeah, he was getting some gray in there. You know, he's not as spry as he was. He's got a better cane though. He doesn't have the brace on his leg. He's just got a wooden cane. So it would have been so cool if they got Haley Atwell. Like, first of all, Peggy as a character is awesome, but Haley Atwell, dang, one of my celebrity crushes. Haley Atwell, absolutely gorgeous, straight beautiful, just absolutely fantastic, incredible actress as well, and probably a great personality. But yeah, Sousa comes in and he's like, oh frick, Peggy's here. Like he's fixing his hair because, you know, he still has feelings for her. I mean, they had a brief dalliance in Agent Carter. I believe they were ended up together by the end of that series, or I don't remember exactly the dynamics of their romance in that, but you know, she spent a lot of that series trying to get over Steve because, I mean, it's Steve Rogers, and he was the guy who was like, you know, how do you compete with Captain America? And it's probably a lot harder to compete with Captain America when Captain America travels back in time to be with his best gal. So who knows how they're, you know, dealing with those dynamics. I mean, I think the writer said that when Steve went back in time to be with Peggy, that technically is like a separate timeline or universe or something. So who knows what that is, but he knows immediately. he's like, oh wow, Peggy, great to put a face to the name. Like, this is awesome. And for a little bit, Gemma's thinking she's got him. Like, he might be the Chronicom. She's like, oh, wow, where did you come from? Well, you just materialized out of nowhere. You just came in today? And he's like, yeah, I just came in from, did he say Los Angeles or wherever? And she's like, oh, you work at the old SSR spot. So you might know Peggy, possibly. He's like, yeah, I'm in charge of it. And she's like, oh, frickin' balls. Daniel, Sousa. And then he's like, by the way, your friend has a terrible British accent. Which is kind of funny, because obviously he doesn't know that that's a real accent. And then, you know, Gemma and Coulson, the scientists are showing them all these doodads and stuff, and they're like, oh, look how cool this watch is. Like, can you imagine being able to talk to someone on the radio? And it's like, oh, wow, yeah. Good job. You guys are doing great. And they're like, this EMP, the size of a missile, the size of a small bomb, could maybe shut off devices within 30 feet. And she's like, ooh, impressive. Later, she's like, yeah, they suck. Like, all these guys are trash. And then, yeah, so the Chronicoms come back because they want to use this fusion reactor to just, like, their goal is essentially just to detonate it, create a crater that takes out, you know, the brain trust, the early brain trust of S.H.I.E.L.D. So Sousa, I mean, he was the only named one, but Sousa, probably the defense guy, a decent chunk of others. I was maybe surprised we didn't see Enoch there. Maybe he's working behind the scenes in S.H.I.E.L.D. But, you know, or maybe he's just still chilling at that bar. It was a bummer that he wasn't in the episode. I kind of predicted that he might miss at least one episode, possibly more. Because he doesn't know where they landed, like where they jumped to in the future. He doesn't know exactly when. Like, he could, like, yeah, he can just wait out time, like, and just do his thing, but he'll have no idea where they jumped to, because they jumped from wherever they were to Area 51. So they didn't just jump in time, they jumped in space as well. So he essentially he can't just like wait for them in the same spot and like wait for them to get there, because they have time windows. So they could jump there at any time and they could leave at any time. So like he necessarily wouldn't have forewarning that they were coming, and once he heard something, they're already gone. So it's looking more and more like Enoch will not be in a few episodes at least. And that's a bummer. I like Enoch. Well, I want to know where Fitz is. You know, Fitz is easily my favorite character in the show. Ian Castacker is he is far and above, like leaps and bounds above, like the best actor on this show. He is so flippin' good. Like all of these people are good actors and actresses. But if they're at like an 8, he's at like a 17. Like he's so freaking good. He is too good for this show. Like as much as this show rocks, like he deserves so much more in terms of like what he can do. It's like he's honestly incredible. And I want to know, is he alive? Like, is he dead? How long were they in the future? Like, a lot of people were speculating the way Enoch was talking that, like, you know, Fitz and Simmons, they could have died. Like, it's a distinct possibility that, you know, they developed this technology over years and years and years and years, and they died. And similar to what happened with Coulson, they scanned their brains and put them in chronocoms. And maybe Fitz didn't want to be a Chromicon, and Gemma was like, I'll do it. I have to do it. I'll do it. So I don't know. Maybe I hope not. You know, I hope she wasn't just dead and implanted into a robot. I mean, because then it's not really her. But I don't know. Yeah, back to the thing. So they're trying to make a crater and kill them all. And Yo-Yo, her power's still not working good. May was having a PTSD, like anxiety panic attack, from being in the smoke and all the bodies around her. And that's definitely from her time in that little like non-death zone where those things were clawing at her, trying to drag her into the portal and make their way through, and she had to kill them all. Like that severely affected her, and she died. Like she was dead. And they essentially brought her back to life. She should not be there, and things are wrong with her, and she's got no emotions, but then she has this panic attack, and it's like, you know, what is going on with her? Yo-Yo can't use her power for whatever reason, whether it's the alien infection or if it's just a mind thing. I don't think it has anything to do with her arms. You know, that wouldn't affect things, I don't think. But they had a nice fight scene. They got to work together and stop the robot. Like they delayed her long enough for Daisy and Gemma to set the EMP off and take everybody out. And then they melted. And then it showed Coulson like flickering back up, like booting back up, but his eyes changed from like blue to a gray. And I don't know if that was just like the normal boot up whatever, or if something worse is going on with him, because if he booted up to a neutral chronicom state, that is not good. He might I mean, he might have access to some more information, possibly, that could help them, but my thought process is more that something's going to be going on with him that would negatively affect the team if he is not in Coulson mode, so to speak. Like he booted up in safe mode. That would not be good. Gemma would have to fix that. Gemma's not a robot. Gemma's not a robot. I want to know how I know? Because if Gemma was a robot, that EMP would have knocked her out too. So, Gemma is a real person. I think, because like the EMP, it wouldn't have given like a 5-foot buffer zone of like safety for electronics. It shut down everything. So if Gemma was a robot, she would have shut down as well. So I think we can safely check off the box that Gemma is human, which is good. Now we need to figure out what the considerable amount of time meant. Yeah. Yeah, and then they convince that dude he was abducted by aliens, and he comes into the bar and he's like, "I was abducted!" And the waitress is like, "Yeah, dude, you and everybody else here. Like, get in line, pal." Like, what a goober. And then Daisy's still on this thing of like this guy is a terrible man. Like, we could have snuffed this out. Like, so many of the, she's unfairly putting these things on Deke. She's like, we didn't take him out, and now all the lives that he is gonna end are on us. And it's like, no. Like, she still doesn't get it. Like, she still does not get the fact that taking him out would have effed the timeline. Like, the Chronicoms wanted that. Like, I don't understand. I mean, now you could go kill him, probably. Maybe? No. Because that would still screw the timeline. Like, it wasn't just about him delivering the serum like that. Like, because as soon as he delivered the serum, they're like, "Oh, mission failure." But I feel like he has to continue to live beyond that. Like, delivering the serum might have elevated him to a higher position, but he still has to live to act in that position. So they can't kill him. Like, Daisy is just, she's putting these things in Deke's head of like, if we would have killed this man, we would have been fine, and you should know that. Like, you're from the future, and he's like, I'm not that guy. Like, I am not the same person you met in the lighthouse. The Deke that she met in the lighthouse was, almost not savage, but like he was hardened and ruthless, and he did what he had to do to survive. Like, he sold Daisy into slavery because he thought that's what he needed to do for him to survive and for his family and friends to survive. Like, that was the step that he thought he needed to do. Now, Deke now would never sell anyone into slavery. He would be like, no. Like, not only has he's experienced life again, like, he's experienced hope, he's lived probably multiple years on Earth, just living a normal person life. I mean, not normal, he was a super rich CEO, but he's not the same dude. And he's telling her, like, you're trying to say that I should understand that this was the right call? And he's like, no. Like, I don't care if you outrank me. I'm not gonna murder people because you tell me to. And she's still like, she had her positive moments later on when she was pretending to be CIA and all of that. But like, Daisy's judgment so far this season is just very lacking, and it's not like deviating from who she is as a character. Like, these are the type of quick snap judgments that Daisy, like Sky/Daisy, has made throughout the whole series. So this is in line with her character. It's just like, oh, like, what are you thinking? Like, come on, Daisy. Like, get your head on straight. I don't know. I can't even say that. I feel like I'm lying if I say I love Daisy. Like, I've enjoyed her, but if I'm honest, Daisy has never been my favorite character in this show. My favorite characters in this show have, from season 1, have always been Fitzsimmons. I think their dynamic and what they bring to the table has driven this show from day one. I mean, Coulson, he's arguably been at least presented within the show as like the heart and soul, but the heart and soul of this show is Fitzsimmons. And so they've always been my personal favorite. Fitz has been my favorite since he dove out of that plane for Gemma. And I've never looked back. He's always been the best. So I want to see him. Daisy needs to get her head in the game. We need to figure out what's wrong with May. We need to hopefully not have Coulson boot up in evil mode. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on. And I don't know where they're jumping to now. I mean, they didn't jump away technically, so they're still in 55. Maybe they'll get a message to Enoch and be like, yo, where you at, boy? Come to Mexico or New Mexico and get on our ship, pal. Hop back on. Because they didn't show the window closing, so they might still be there next episode. But they did mention that they're jumping forward. They can only jump forward now, really, because they're riding off of the Chronicom's like coattails. They're drifting behind them, so to speak. Because going back in time requires pieces of the monolith and significantly more energy, so they can only go forward. So that was something I was wondering from episode 1. Is, and after episode 2, when they jumped, I was like, could they be going in further into the past, further into the future? Like, are they going to jump around? It seems like no, they're just going to go to the future, more forward, until they reach present time. So theoretically, they don't have to like kill the Chronicoms, I don't think. At least not yet. They simply have to delay them, because if the Chronicoms can't, I mean, maybe if at the end the Chronicoms could at some point jump way farther in the past, but it seems to me if they just continue thwarting them throughout time, they'll get back to the present, and then it'll just be a regular fight. I don't know. We'll find out what happens. This was episode 3 of 13. So we got 10 more weeks of this. Good stuff coming. Maybe by the end of the season, I might have 1,000 subscribers. 10 weeks is 2 months. I mean, that would be tough, but who knows? I think those are all my thoughts. Let me know what you guys thought down below. I definitely rambled quite a bit in the after discussion, but I kind of just like talked about things as they came to my head. I'm sorry about that. I don't have like a set way that I discuss it. I usually try and start at the beginning of the episode and go through, because that keeps me more on track, but I feel like I jumped around a lot in this one. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the episode. What do you think is going to happen next? Like, what time period do you think they're going to go to? Are they going to find Enoch again? Where's Fitz? What is Fitz doing? Like, what the frick is happening with him? What's up with Coulson? What's up with May? Like, what is happening? Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.